I think this past week, I figured out the problem to our problems. Pretty riveting, yes? You should be at the edge of your pews, yes? Translate, which means I figured out how we can solve all of our world problems. Pretty good for 9:12 on a Sunday morning, yes? Do you want to know how? Here it is. So I think I figured out the problem to our problems. And it really can be summed up as simply as this. We pray too small, and our vision is too narrow. Think about this for a moment. When we pray, it's usually something like, "Dear God, let this homily be short." Or, "Dear God, let me get through my test." Or, "Dear God, help me stay out of trouble." Yes? That's way too small. And think about our vision. Our vision, well, I'll hold the door, I'll be polite, and I won't lie. Now that's nothing wrong with that, right? But that's way too small. Find a page in the Bible where Jesus says, it is enough just to be nice. And go to the first reading today. And at the heart of the first reading, here is Isaiah. Isaiah is saying, okay, Lord, I'll be your servant. As I said, I'll hold the door, I won't be mean, and I won't lie. Very nice, yes or yes? Yes or yes? And what does God say back? Isaiah, that's not enough. That is way too little, and that is way too small. And then God goes on to say, Isaiah, I'm going to make you a light to all the nations. Now imagine for a moment, if your personal God mission was to be a light to all the nations, and compare that to where most of us fall. That's Isaiah. Go to our second reading from St. Paul. What does St. Paul figure out as his personal mission statement, his godly mission? He comes to realize about 2/3 of the way through that his call by God, his mission by God, is to be so holy, like a saint in his time, that it literally infects, if not inspires, everyone that he meets. Now think about this for a moment. Holy. I am going to be so holy like a saint. And how does that compare to your mission statement? Or go to the gospel today. John the Baptist had one singular mission, laser focused. And that was to make sure every day he looked for God and pointed out where he found God to everyone that he would meet, whether they wanted to hear it or not. And think about Isaiah, Paul, John the Baptist. Those are missions, godly missions, godly mandates that are big enough to make a real difference. And think where we fall, not wrong or bad. I'll be nice. I'll hold the door. On a good day, I won't lie. Get the difference? And I think the problem to our problems, and let's be honest, there's a whole menu. You can pick whatever problem you want. There's a lot of them, yes or yes? Yes. The problem to our problems is our prayers are too small, and our vision, our mission, is way too narrow. And think about the psalm today. It's one thing to say, here I am, I come to do your will. Beautiful, yes? Yes? Yes. Real courage would be to look God, so to speak, eye to eye and say, God, give me more responsibility. God, give me a wider mandate. God, entrust to me a mission so big that it will take every ounce of my energy for the rest of my life and forever. And in that moment, what is God going to do? He's going to answer. And you'll probably have to move from just holding the door or being nice to something so much more, like being a light to all the nations, or like being so holy, like a saint in our time, that you literally infect, if not inspire, everyone you meet, or like John the Baptist, so compelled and focused that you watch for and point out to God everyone, everywhere you see and find God. Now you could be sitting there and saying, Father Bob, that's all really nice, but can I really make a difference? That's a good question, yes?
Yes.
That's where we need to look to Martin Luther King, who we remember tomorrow. At one moment, he had to say to God, just like I suggest to each of us, God, give me a bigger mandate, give me a bigger mission, and trust in me something more. And God used him to be a light to this nation. In the same way, God can use you and me to be a light to all the people. Martin Luther King Jr. said this: darkness cannot cast out darkness, only light. Hatred cannot cast out hatred, only love. And pray for the grace that God should choose you and entrust to you a mission so great that you would be a light to all the people. Pray, like Paul, that you can hear the call to be so holy that you infect, if not inspire, everyone that you meet. And pray for a mission like John the Baptist, that every day you would do nothing more but nothing less than point out to everyone where you see God. Because if you and we should have the grace and the courage to literally go eyeball to eyeball with God and say, God, give me something greater. God, give me something more, and trust to me a mission so great that it will change the world. God will hear that prayer. God will answer that prayer. God will strengthen you in that response. And together, all of us will go forth to build a kinder, better, more loving world in the mind, in the heart of Jesus Christ. The problem to the problems, we pray too small. Our vision is too narrow. Pray for the courage, pray for the grace. Eyeball to eyeball, say to God, God, give me something more. God, give me more responsibility. God, entrust to me a mission so great that in your name it will change the world forever.